We were so young back then.
Driving.
Jay's still singing along.
With people distracted driving. Us and you and Lou distracted driving.
Well, hey, Jay, that's why we had the theme play.
Oh, okay.
So you didn't have to sing it.
Sorry.
Good evening, Jay. Good evening, Tim.
Good evening.
How is everybody?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I have a microphone in front of me, and I always feel like I have to do this, but I think it picks it up. I don't think I had to do that.
Actually,
Jay, you pulled your...
You sound much better closer.
Do I sound better closer like this?
Really? Yeah.
It's not very...
Huge difference.
It's not comfortable.
Then don't do it.
I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. We'll be on... I'll be doing this for the next hour.
All right.
No, it's not an hour tonight, is it?
We're going for half an hour.
Going for a half hour. Okay. So talk about your weekends. How was your weekend? Because people care.
Do they really care? Because
two people are watching, and I bet you they care. I know one is Justin, and one is probably Barbie.
Nice.
No, Barbie's singing with the Milford Chorus right now.
Oh wow!
Oh, how is she doing that?
They're doing a Zoom thing.
Oh, that's cool.
They're singing "God Bless America" or something.
I heard that's very popular in Medway.
It's a Milford thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm not taking sides. I'm just saying this is the Milford Chorus.
Right. But you guys have something in Medway where you're singing "God Bless America" every night.
This is me not commenting on that.
No, it was just either a yes or no, like a fact.
I cannot confirm nor deny. I have not heard it yet.
I've seen it. Yeah, it's happening. Okay. Jay, how was your weekend?
I had to go to Lowe's this weekend.
Oh, dude, I went today.
Oh my God.
Scary.
Chaos. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, when I got in the line to actually cash out, it moved pretty steadily. But the line was like through the entire store, and I think the entire world was there today.
The other half of the world was at Home Depot. I went there twice.
Yep.
So I pull in the parking lot and I said, "This is a mess. Why is everybody outside? This is ridiculous." And then I thought, "Oh, wait a minute. I'm adding to that problem. I'm one of those people that's there." And then I went in anyway.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to do. It's let's do yard work, let's do stuff around the house. So of course everyone's going to be at one of these two stores.
What projects are you guys working on in your house during this thing?
We are doing actually. We're doing the gardens out back. Dawn loves to do a ton of different stuff, from green beans to squash to cucumbers to she's doing radishes for me. We got one radish last year, which was pretty cool. But well, I guess they're pretty hard to grow.
It's the only thing I can grow.
Really?
Yeah, everything else dies, but I've had a ton of radishes.
No way. If you ever get extra, I love radishes.
No, I don't have extra radishes. I love radishes.
I understand that.
So you guys are fans of radishes. That's good.
Yeah. So that's basically, just clean up the yard, because the yard's always it's trashed right at springtime, so it takes a lot to get it back up and running again. So that's basically all we're doing on the nice days. That and just spending time outside.
Tim, do you have any big projects?
Yeah, I built a bunch of things this weekend. So.
Like model airplanes or what?
Shed doors. Almost ripped my finger off.
Well, that's not good.
So for the kids at home, you shouldn't get married. So my wedding band got stuck on the payphone that I have because I was moving it while I was working in the barn, and I dropped it and it ripped the wedding band up my finger.
Oh,
then my finger instantly swelled and I couldn't get the wedding band off. And so long story short, don't get married. You could lose a finger.
Save a finger. Don't get married.
Yep.
I love
it.
But
as long as you're okay.
And I was doing this 30 seconds. You saw. What time did I show up for the show?
A minute before.
A minute
19
after.
19 seconds. So it said distracted driving is going live in 19 seconds. And I'm hitting buttons. Like, yeah.
Daniel brings up a good point. Fraggles do love radishes.
Down in Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So I just wanted to point that out. Joey Calorie is watching. What's up, Joe?
Woo!
Joey. Joseph. How are you?
Rock
and then Mike's watching.
All right,
One is Mike. All right. Those are the only people watching. No, we have a handful. I am working on we're painting our bathroom. We just put chalkboard paint up in the downstairs bathroom. I don't know if it's going to work. I've never seen that stuff in use before.
No, it does.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, it does. So every time I go over and visit you now, well, when I eventually get to come visit you, I'll be writing on the wall, like for a good time, call Jay, because man, I'm fun.
No, we should make a chalk outline of a person
On the wall.
on the wall.
That's how they died, on the wall.
On the wall. The idea was to do like a club bathroom type thing, maybe a CBGBs or something with some of that kind of art on the walls, Debbie Harry and those groups that played there at the time. So that's what we're working on.
And that works perfect because you can let it get as dirty as you want because
right.
It was a pit.
Right. I think that's why we're lowering our standards.
It's weird for you guys to have a theme or something.
Yeah. Well, every once in a while we say, let's just
break the mold,
switch it up a bit. Yeah. But we're really not used to that.
No,
we're a very conservative family here.
Reserved is the word.
Reserved.
Yeah.
We had a Jaws. We change our shower curtains out and for the holidays. So with the summer coming, we put Jaws up, but Annie wouldn't go to the bathroom anymore.
That's a problem.
So we had to take it down. Now we have a cat DJing. So
and what's your bedding situation, Ray? Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, the beddings have those little poop emojis all over them. The comforter, just the comforter and the pillows. No, we didn't bother with the sheets.
No, that would be too far. That'd be too much.
That was too much. Kathy's watching. Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Kathy.
And Josh is on. CBGB's bathroom was a very special place. Scary. I know, right? You know what was very close to that was the Lucky Dog, which used to be Sir Morgan's Tavern.
Yeah,
or Cove. I'm sorry.
Sir Morgan's Cove.
It was actually, yeah, there was a hole in the floor, so when you peed, you were looking down in the basement.
The Middle East bathroom wasn't any that good either. So
no. But that's enough about bathrooms. I've asked Tim on many occasions to shoot local bathrooms. I thought that would be a cool series.
I just haven't finished it yet. I've been working on it.
You already did that? Oh,
I've done a couple. Yeah.
Okay.
At your request. This was your idea.
I didn't know.
I've been doing it quietly. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're ruining like a birthday present for me?
No. I was just
okay.
I figured we should have a bunch of them before I release the whole.
I have 3 of your pictures in my bathroom from Cuba.
I love going.
But I would change those out to local bathrooms.
I like your Cuba bathroom.
I have 3 pictures of Tim in my bathroom that watch me while I poop.
So do I. That's weird.
That is weird.
All right, Don Bailey, poop pillowcases. That's how you get pink eye. That's absolutely true. Exactly, Terry says. All right, so we're limiting the show today because I think we all get a little feisty if we go too long. We get a little nervous.
You do.
Well, because I do because everyone starts shutting down. Puppets make appearances, and the conversations go away. So
I feel this version of the show is more yours than it was. The last one seemed more like a team. This one feels like I'm a guest on Ray's show.
How could you say that? You can take over.
I just said it. The words just came out of my mouth.
See, this is part of the reason why I have to lead the show.
See, the thing is that with these, you need a director because you don't want to be talking over each other. If we're in the truck, that's easy. We can talk over each other. It doesn't get garbled. But you need an actual director to tell, hey, you say this now, and then you say that now.
Yeah.
You see, I think I had something else to do, and now I'm bored. I was driving.
Oh, that was your job, you're saying?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
No, I get it.
We do this show so that we can converse and talk about important things.
Oh no, I like conversing and talking to you guys.
Okay, that's all.
Okay.
So we set up and this wasn't my idea. We set up a top 5 tonight. That was Jay's idea.
It was a good idea.
So this isn't all me.
I know.
This is a group effort.
I honestly meant my comment as a compliment, but it didn't go that way.
No, I don't think it did. That's okay though. I know this is a learning curve for us because we're always in the truck, or we used to be in the truck. So this is all different for us. What do you got there, Jay? What do you have on your T-shirt?
Tomorrow, of course, is May 4th. So Star Wars. May the 4th be with you. Always a great day to celebrate at the shop. Of course, we're not going to be able to do that this year, but that's okay. Celebrate at home.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Celebrate at home. Watch the trilogy, the original trilogy. Watch some of the new stuff. Watch Solo. Watch Rogue One. Awesome movie.
What is it? You said what is it?
I forgot the name of Rogue One.
Know that one.
Ah,
So
Yeah,
okay,
we're
what is
watching Dr. Alpha tomorrow on Disney Plus.
what's that?
oh yeah. That's the new. So Dr. Alpha, she made her first appearance in the Darth Vader comics a couple years ago. I honestly don't know much backstory on her, so I'm gonna get to watch the backstory on her in the cartoon.
Yeah,
Is
should
it?
be good.
Oh, it's a cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
on
cartoon. It was a comic book for a little while, but it fits in between New Hope and Empire.
Oh, cool. What's your go-to Star Wars movie out of all of them? I mean, it could be Solo, it could be Rogue One.
I'm
Empire.
predictable. Yeah, Empire all the way. I just think that's just one of the best sci-fi movies ever.
I've been going.
Then Rogue One.
Yeah, I've been going to Rogue One when I just want to put something on,
Yeah.
and then I forget about Solo. How much I love Solo.
So good.
Yeah,
It should be
but
called So Good, not So Low.
but I do. I always go to. Oh, look at that! I proposed to Molly on May 4th. I didn't realize that.
Oh, good job,
But
Ramin.
I mean, I did know that. I'm sorry. Dan, oh, we got to go back and retract all our comments because May 25th is the real Star Wars day.
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dan. All right, let's move on then. If you want to. It's
I'm sorry, Ray. If we
Let's
start
get to
over,
the top
that'd be good.
five.
What?
Let's get to
Top
the top
five?
five.
okay. I have no theme song for that or anything.
Top 5 album covers that we really dig. These are the top 5 album covers, and Jane's gonna go first because this is a team effort. Yeah.
Okay, don't rush too fast because I do have pictures, unless
Okay.
you have. But we're gonna bring in a guest. We have a guest with us to
Okay.
do this. Justin Redden. What's up, Justin?
Justo.
What's happening?
Not much. How are you?
I'm all right.
We invited Justin in to do the top 5.
No, I didn't invite. See,
So don't see, and then you're gonna say that was a compliment, Justin.
no, I'm just saying.
No,
I'm just saying. I had no clue.
Well, I was throwing you guys a surprise.
I
It's
like
Justin.
Justin's a good surprise. I don't know why my computer just went dark. Maybe Justin can help me.
Nope, not today.
He's worked enough.
Lord's Day. I take Sundays off.
Today's Sunday.
Every day is Sunday,
Every day is Sunday.
and it's funny because every day is Sunday, but it's Sunday from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's what I figured out recently.
So
Every
while
day.
I was working in the yard today, I honestly had the thought we should have Justin on.
Did you
because
really?
This balances out because Justin and I have both worked in record stores.
True.
So, Tim, you worked Newbury Comics, right?
I did. Yeah.
And I
Did
worked
they
at
still?
Strawberries in Framingham, the 2-decker.
I was right down the street.
Were the vinyl sections still big?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Not
Newbury Comics has always had
so
that.
much.
Not so
No, they
much.
were-
No.
Yeah, at Strawberries, they replaced the vinyl with DVDs when I was there. It was like 2000, 2001.
Do you
So you were in it
remember?
later.
Do you remember Strawberries when they all of a sudden brought in porn?
Yes. The
At the
vivid
end,
porn.
at the end, all of a sudden, I remember walking through, and there's this whole big section on the wall. I'm like, wait, this is real hardcore porn right here, right next to the Motley Crue DVDs and CDs. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Got a
Was it like hardcore
Yes,
Wow.
or soft?
No,
no,
it was like vivid porn.
it was the real stuff,
Oh, wow.
And there was no like back room. It was just on the wall.
just on the wall.
right there.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
all
It
mixed.
I feel like that's something Newbury Comics would have done before Strawberries.
It was right at the end of Strawberries' time, so that was probably like, hey, porn sells. Let's bring that in, see if we can up the numbers. So it makes sense. Porn makes money,
The worst
They, like,
thing we
gave-
had in Newbury was the Anarchist Cookbook. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
We had to card everybody. It was always a fight. Like my mom says I could buy it. Like, no, you can't buy it. And now we have the internet. Like, it's so ridiculous that was a thing. Like, these kids can find anything in the Anarchist Cookbook on Google.
No beaded curtain on.
No.
Okay.
Thank you,
All
Brian.
right, Jay, you want to go?
Yeah, all right. Just a
Well,
quick rundown. Again, last week I said let's pick our favorite album covers from back in the day, and these are the ones that really stuck with me over the years. One of the first ones I actually have them. You don't have to. Not till the last one I say, Ray. You need to toss them up because I've actually got my records. So the first one
I'd
is
prefer to put mine up, the ones I
okay.
spent a lot of time on. So yeah, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. You can do it.
So Appetite for Destruction. I do not know how many times I drew this back in high school. I used to draw this, just this exact, thing with all the skulls. Absolutely loved it. And then, I mean, it didn't disappoint, obviously. We all know that this is one of the best albums, if not the best album for rock and roll ever created. So that was my number one.
Is that a Bad Marriage?
What's that? What was that?
What did you say?
So that's not the original album cover.
Yeah.
Not the original.
No, that's not the
It's not the original
Oh,
album.
no. I know that's not the original, but obviously they couldn't do the original cover because it had a robot sexually assaulting a lady in an alley. So that was just kind of frowned upon back then. I think it's still frowned upon now.
Might be. More so now, I think.
My number two is Ozzy Osbourne, Ultimate Sin. This was, I remember when I saw this cover, again, awesome album, but when I saw this cover, I was like, this is right out of, heavy metal or, a heavy metal magazine. And again, even in the back, you got Ozzy.
I wonder if it was the same artist that did Bad Out of Hell, because that's very similar.
Meatloaf's artist, yeah.
Is it?
Might be. Looks very similar.
I should have done some research. I didn't, but love this album, love this cover. As soon as I got this immediately. Fantastic.
By the way, before we go on, did you know that Phil Hartman did a lot of album covers, like artwork for album covers?
I had no idea. Explain.
Yeah, Phil Hartman did a lot of album covers.
He did a ton of stuff. Yeah, Poco, Toto.
That's it. Poco was the big one. Yeah,
Poco.
No way. That's awesome. Now I'm gonna have to research that. My number three was Quiet Riot, Mental Health. Again, this is just like a character out of a horror movie. So it grabbed my attention. This was the album that made me want to listen to Quiet Riot, and I absolutely fell in love with the band as it was.
And it was at a nice price.
Yeah. See, I collect vinyl, and it's even better when it has the stickers and still in the wrap. Bringing me to my number four. Now, this one I have still sealed. Twisted Sister coming up and play. And the reason why I love this one is because when you open it up, the actual manhole cover would pop open, and there would be Dee Snider coming out of the manhole cover. So, I mean, it's an awesome album, obviously, as well. But that was the main reason why I love this album, because Dee Snider, boom, jumping out at you. And the last one, I actually don't own on vinyl, which I still need to get, Master of Puppets. I remember my buddy Matt one day brought over a cassette for Metallica's Master of Puppets, and we listened to it, and we were just blown away. And I was just staring at that cover. I'm like, this cover is just the coolest thing in the world. And then the music didn't disappoint either. Those are my top 5 favorite album covers. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me that Josh has that. The original.
Of course.
Who wants to go next?
That's a good guess.
Tim, you want to go?
Sure. Great selection, Jay.
Thank you.
I liked it.
Thank you.
Some of my favorite just albums of all time, not just covers, but albums.
It helped that they worked out both ways.
So
all right, what are we starting with, Tim?
It doesn't matter. You just throw one up and I'll talk.
Okay, I'll just there we go.
So I love Elvis Costello. So everyone, just like Jay said, every album cover that I show, I have on vinyl. And I got this one back when I was at Newbury. I don't know. You're going to see a theme. All mine are pretty much photos. I love looking at the photos on albums. But so there's 2 versions of this album. One where he's looking down into that. There's a 2.5 quarter negative camera that he's looking at. You can look in the top in the viewfinder. And so there's 2 versions. I think one's the European and one's the American. So that's the first one. U2 War. This one's tied with just that album means so much to me, period, as an album, but it's just an awesome picture. Next one. This one was my favorite just because I was 10 when I saw it. And that's pretty much it. We had it in my house. My parents had it, and and now I have it. And just, I think the cover speaks for itself.
It does.
Yeah. And Taste of Honey's on there. I love Taste of Honey.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This one is this ties into me actually being in photography. So first, the album, I would have never listened to this album if I had not seen the cover. So I bought this album because I thought the cover was cool, and now it's probably one of my top 20 favorite albums of all time. This is just the perfect album, start to finish. But the cover is actually at Coney Island, and it was taken by my favorite photographer. His name is Ouija. He was up on a scaffolding taking a picture of the beach and the crowd, and everybody just came forward. So he's a famous photographer. He started pretty much working for the police, and he did all crime photography, and then he started doing more artsy stuff like this. The incredible story. The guy is unbelievable. He was almost straight out like a black and white, film noir type stuff.
Yeah.
You know, he was so cool. But anyway, so this album cover, I can actually say made me buy the album before I ever heard any songs on it.
My grandmother is in the very upper left-hand corner. You can see her. It's not true. What songs are on that album? I'm not familiar with that album.
Oh, that's every Listen Without Prejudice. It has it's the Freedom 90.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's that collection. Angels, Save for the Time, stuff like that. It's all over the place, but everything's written by him. It's not a poppy album. It's more deep.
Let me.
Did I have another one?
Yeah, you got one more, but let me check the Mick. Oh, Mick, talking about albums. I mean, this guy
He
knows
was
everything
pregnant
there
under
is
the
to know.
whipped cream. Yes.
Look at that, Mick
I did know
Lawless.
that. If anybody should
Never
know,
mind
Mick.
shop. Yeah.
Oh, and the next
Uh,
album. It's a Spanish Bleed on that album.
I don't know.
I have seen this.
I have seen it. Yes.
Then they're not
All
the
right.
only ones. There've been a couple of times that
There's
they've
a bunch of them. When I went to go get the album cover to send to Ray today, it's like there's a whole bunch of
Parodies.
yeah. And the next
All right,
album,
here's-
this album I just bought last year for the second time because I couldn't find it at Mick's shop
nice.
on Memorial Day weekend when we were over at Mnuchin's house. So
is
this
she
was
using
awesome
a flash camera?
What?
Is she using a flash camera right there?
She's holding the flash and she's flashing. Yeah. So that's
Okay.
it was just so cool how they're holding another flash. She's got her own flash, and it's being triggered while they take the picture.
Right.
That's
So your theme is obviously photography.
Yeah.
Is that the
It's like
yeah.
the pictures. And second, I had a crush on Blondie since I was 8 years old.
Nice. I like them. And would any of those fall in like your top 10 favorite albums of all time? Not just covers.
The
but-
George Michael one might, but
Yeah.
no, I went strictly. I love the covers.
Nice. Justin, you want to go?
Sure.
All right. Hold on one sec. Let me find yours. All right. We'll start here.
Oh, Injustice for All. I thought it was an interesting album cover. So I got in Metallica during the Black album, and that's when everybody said, "Oh, this is garbage. Go listen to this record." So, or CD, so cassette probably. So I go to Strawberries and bought the cassette and the fold out with the pictures of the band in there, and like Jason Newsted looking all mean with his long hair. But I always thought this picture was just interesting because it just goes with the album so well. All the songs on it. It's almost like a concept album about the juxtaposition of like, justice and truth for everyone, things like that. So I always like this album cover. I think it's kind of rad.
Next one's a classic.
And it's metal, for God's sake.
And it's
Metal.
metal, it's Metallica. So it's funny because I just started going through my dad's albums and he had this one. And I remember finding it when I was a kid. And I always thought, I didn't know exactly what it was. But I always thought it was just an awesome kind of picture of how you can put together different things. And every time I look at it, you kind of see something a little bit different, like whether it's something in the flowers or the dolls or the different famous people that like I recognize that person, like, Edgar Allan Poe, and things like that. And I always thought it was just kind of interesting how it's not advertised as a Beatles album. It's just kind of in the flowers. But I thought the colors were really bright. And it's just, it's one of those things, like as soon as I see it, think of my dad, think of, how many times he made us listen to those records and things like that. But this was always one of the ones that was at the front of the milk crate that had all the records in it.
Now, supposedly there's a documentary about, Paul dying and being replaced by another Paul. And this album has like a ton of clues in it, I guess. There's a car. He got into a car accident. The car's there.
Wearing shoes and things like that. So then this one's the thing for it.
All right. Next one.
I just think this is a really interesting album cover.
I love this cover.
Being a Rush fan, this has some great songs, and this is Red Barchetta, Tom Sawyer, Limelight. But it's just how it all just kind of comes together. The composition of the picture with the arches and things like that. It's one of those ones that like you see it and you stop and you just kind of look at it.
That's two people on fire so far.
You're catching a theme. No, this is another one that was just a composition of the picture, and it's just the juxtaposition of shaking somebody's hand who's on fire. This is Pink Floyd's "Wish You Were Here." Again, I think it's just a really interesting, you know, the way the pictures brought together. I always thought this was just an interesting cover.
Is that the right one?
And this is one of my favorites. I didn't even know what it was, but it's like, I was like UFOs and fire and a little city on top of it, like planets in the background and stars. It's just like, it was really kind of rad. We came across this one when we were going through the records that my dad had. And it's just one of those things, like the art just grabs you. The colors are awesome. And the album is fantastic. So every song on it's great.
Do we know what city it is? Is that Boston up there?
That's Boston.
Can you tell? You could tell it's Boston too.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it is the skyline. That's pretty cool. I never noticed that before. I love that first album. That first album's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Let's
two
see
of
if
those
we-
are almost on my list, Justin.
All right, let's see if
God
we have any
damn it.
comments. It says
Right down the
Paul,
bottom.
and look at that.
Too close to Tim.
What?
What'd you say?
I almost
We're
had
both
so
bearded
on my
and
list. If I had
Patriots on
7, I would have had "Wish You Were Here" and the Sergeant Pepper.
Rush.
No,
There's
Sergeant
there's
Pepper.
so much stuff going on that Sergeant Pepper's album.
So maybe Josh remembers when I worked at Newbury Comics, we would go to Alston and we'd go to the corporate headquarters, and they had this giant poster for the 25th anniversary of Sergeant Pepper's. So that would have been 80 something, and it was just huge. So like 25 years ago today, and it had the album, and it was like life size. You can just sit there and stare at it. So imagine looking at it on an album, but then to have it on
Well,
the
do you
side
remember
of the
the-
wall.
At Strawberries, they had the windows outside with the big gels, the big square gels.
Yep.
They re-released all the Beatles albums, and we had like 5 of those. So we had Abbey Road, Sgt. Pepper, and a couple other ones. So it's like when you take them out, usually you have to throw them away. So everybody was like kind of clamoring to get one. It was like just the shift that I didn't happen to work when they swapped them out, so I missed out on it.
All right, my turn.
Yeah, right.
Let's
Yes.
do it. Hold on, I gotta find. I'll start with the ones I have. As Jay reminded me, I have albums at home. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. Now, first, I could have went with like 80 stuff. Guns N' Roses is a great choice, but I probably had the CD or the cassette. You know what? Once that format came out, I wasn't buying albums anymore. So I'm going back before that. But this has always been one of my favorite album covers,
That's
and I
awesome.
don't know why. I mean, first of all, it's a great album. It's probably my top 10 or top 5. And then on the back, you get to see the guys. Hey, that's the band, which I always thought was really cool because it wasn't a live shot of them playing or anything. It was just them hanging out. But
Don't
just,
hang out anymore.
no, not anymore. No. But just, I don't know, The Stranger, he's all alone. I mean, there's something really emotional about that one. I had this. This is actually really cool because Justin came by today. He had a mask on. It was all safe. But this actually made my top
Oh,
5.
that's awesome.
Steve Martin, yeah, wild and crazy guy. And what I love about it is the action, and you might see a theme in some of my my albums here. But I think that's a chair, right? So it's shot right past the chair. He's glowing. You know he's on stage. He's doing his wild and crazy thing. But I just love the action in this, and that's real time. That's something that's happening. All right, those are the ones I have. Let me find the pictures. Number 3. For some reason, this could have been my first cassette, but I know I had the album at one time.
Ooh, good album.
Synchronicity, yeah, great album. But it's the colors, and I'm sure a lot went into trying to figure. Well, they made like 63 or 64 variations of this album, so there was a lot of thought going into it. And they say, well, we have too many thoughts. Let's just make 63 albums. But for some reason, that blue, yellow, and red really sticks out. And then, like you said, Justin, about the Sgt. Pepper, there's a lot to look at there, and you always see something a little different. And it wasn't it that was like their more mature album after doing the kind of the punk and ska thing. They
And that's
came
when
out
they
with
weren't
that.
getting along. So if you look at that cover, there's 3 separate men in that. It's, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's ironic because it's synchronicity. They're supposed to be together, but they're not. This is when they started to fall apart.
And the book that Sting is reading on the right there is Synchronicity.
Yep.
One of my favorite bands of all time, AC/DC. And again, a live shot. And I don't know what's going on there. I've seen AC/DC like 8 or 9 times, and I've never seen Angus put a guitar through his stomach. But, and this is a live album, If You Want Blood. I just love the fact that whatever they're doing, they are rocking so hard that Angus thought about killing himself. I think he survived it, but I love the action in that shot. And then I think that was 4. So number 5 is the classic Led Zeppelin, the first album with the Hindenburg on Fire, which just kind of set the tone for the band, I think. And the story about Led Zeppelin is, I guess they were trying to come up with a super group before the whole band got together. And Keith Moon was going to be in it. And like, oh, I'll put all these guys together. And Keith Moon said, hey, that's going to go over like a lead balloon. And then somebody said Led Zeppelin. And that's how the band got their name, and that's an image that has followed Led Zeppelin throughout the years. But again, the action in that picture is just so distinct. So those are my 5.
Well, I had another one I was going to pick, but I figured you were going to pick it, so I didn't pick it.
Which one?
Huey Lewis Sports. I love that album.
Oh, I have that. I love that. Oh, let me grab that.
There was one other one that almost made the cut, but it didn't. You know, it was Scott Baio. He's looking very regal.
Which one?
Alice Cooper, School's Out.
Oh, yeah.
Opened into a desk. The album, like, it folded out, like it had little legs, and the thing popped up.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. I got that.
I know.
The Rolling Stones Sticky Fingers had the zipper on it.
I got that, yeah. Yeah,
that's a pretty cool one, too. But there's sports. That is actually, I don't know why that didn't make the list. Here's just the band hanging out in the bar playing pool.
I mean, there's countless covers that I absolutely adore, but these were just the ones that immediately came to my mind when I was thinking about them.
How about this one?
I got that. I got that for you too.
You did. We grew up with these guys, and then all of a sudden, look, they have an album, and the picture is just really cool.
And that was the early incarnation of Spinal Tap.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. These guys, I mean, this guy was so cool at this time. So that picture of Bruce Willis is just nothing but cool.
That's Bruno.
That's Bruno. That's right. He had his own thing there.
When he had hair.
Briefcase full of blues. That's a cool photo of the Blues Brothers. And you know what? Every John Cougar album, you know, you just want to visit that small town he's from, based on the album cover. I don't know, man. He doesn't look too happy to be there.
He's not happy to be anywhere. You ever seen anything with him?
Oh, he's never happy.
He's a dick.
So all right, we have a couple comments.
Do not sue. Send letters to
Ray.
Mr. Cougar.
Good call, Mike. Oh, Mike said, "Where's all the Iron Maiden?" I don't like the albums.
And they actually had some of the most amazing album covers ever. But just the ones that, again, I didn't have enough room on my list. That's all.
Yeah. Well, maybe on your show on Saturday, you could talk about Iron Maiden, Josh. Just kidding. Send your letters to Tim.
Yeah, I'll read them.
We get letters? That's amazing.
All right.
Fan mail.
So what do you say? That's about a half hour, 35 minutes.
Wow.
Good time to bow out, right?
You finally pulled it off.
I think that was a good show.
It was a great show.
I mean,
that was a lot of fun. What?
Nothing.
Let's all just talk at the same time.
I'm
supposed to be the jerk. Right?
Thank you for having us, Ray.
Why? Why did you say that?
Joking. Now I just know that it's a nerve. I'm sorry.
Do we have an outro?
Yeah, go ahead, Jay. No, I haven't found that yet.
I have it somewhere. I'll find it.
All right. Okay. Until then, you were watching Distracted Driving. We were talking about some stuff. We brought Justo into, and me and Tim were on Ray's show. Distracted Driving. Hey, why don't you come back next week for another one?
We're doing this again?
Yeah.
That's it. Why, now you want to stay?
You should do puppets next week.
Okay.
Top 5 puppets of all time.
Perfect.
That'd be great.
I love it.
I'm useless on that one.
Your arms look huge, Jim.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. See ya. Bye-bye.